What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wisdom Wednesday. I'm here for a special one. Today, I'm actually interviewing the owner and president of High Kalibur Marketing Solutions here in Dallas, Texas, Mr. Kyle McCulloch. Thanks for being here, brother. Thanks for doing this interview. Just doing a little bit of a Q&A, not trying to make it too formal, just be really casual. So cool. Our first question is, just give us a little bit about your story, how you got involved, what you used to do before this.
So I'm originally from New Jersey. You know that.
Yeah.
But I was kind of working a lot of dead-end jobs. Nothing that I really found is my calling, so to speak. Serving and bartending for about 8 years. 7 years too long for me. But I was at a mental breaking point. I just needed to get out. And I found a sales and marketing job in San Diego called Endeavor Global. With Mr. Chris Rudge.
Yeah.
He said two things to me that really kind of resonated with me. One is that people only regret the things in life they don't do. But he also looked at my resume and said, you don't have any sales experience. But I know how I know what you're thinking. How do you get any experience if no one takes a shot on you? So that really kind of stuck with me. And he gave me that opportunity. It was something I just ran with. Now, obviously, being in San Diego, Southern California for the first time ever in my life, I kind of wasted a little bit of my own time enjoying the lifestyle.
Yeah, don't worry.
But when things really kind of became serious for me at some point, and that's really when I decided that this is my plan A.
Okay.
I never had a plan B. Plan B only distracts from plan A. So this was like I'm just going to give it my all, and this is what I want to do with my life, and luckily you got me here.
Nice. So obviously that kind of brings me to my next point. What was that kind of turning point, that kind of moment that made you decide, all right, this right here, this industry is going to be what I'm going to do?
So in Jersey, when I graduated from high school, I tried the whole traditional college approach.
Yeah.
It really it wasn't for me. Being on someone else's schedule and the workload and everything, which looking back at it now really isn't that much work compared to what I do. But I pulled myself out. I dropped out.
Yeah.
So to be a college dropout and to be able to do something for my own and really kind of take the reins of my own life was something that really appealed to me. Mm-hmm. But also working really closely with Chris in San Diego, I saw the type of lifestyle that he had from doing something like this, and I realized that to not have a degree and to live a lifestyle like that was something that I really wanted. Mm-hmm. That financial freedom, that financial security, but also really seeing people develop and seeing people turn into come in from an interview one day, and then 2 months down the road they're someone completely different. That was something that I really liked, and it's probably my favorite part of the business now. Because I made that transformation. Mm-hmm. So to see other people make that transformation is really cool.
Yeah. Cool. So obviously there's going to be a lot of people that are new watching this video, watching this interview, but there's going to be some new leaders and new kind of crew leaders that are kind of getting to the same area that you decide to go, the same mindset of just like, okay, this is something that I want to grow and this is something I want to build. But what is something that you either wish that you knew or wish that you learned or regret not knowing, but what is something that you wish you knew on your first day?
On my first day? That's a good question. I think it would just be, being open-minded to everything. This is kind of unorthodox to any kind of business that you've been in before.
Right.
So to kind of come in with an open mind and be receptive to everything. From the get-go is probably super important, but I think once you kind of let that go and accept it, then everything becomes a lot more fun, right? And that's one thing that I'm always my toughest critic, so I was always really hard on myself.
There you go.
So those things going on, I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is what I want to do. I don't know if this is the right environment for me.
Right.
But once I decided that I was just gonna forget about it, have fun, and just work through it. It was really something that, I realized that everyone kind of, accepted me as part of the family. Yeah. And that's exactly what I wanted, from the get-go. So, being open, to everything going on, being receptive, like I said, but also just having fun. I've never understood why people would wake up and be miserable.
Exactly.
Going to the place that they work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me, especially if you're going to be doing the majority of your life, in that field.
Yeah.
So, obviously you being here now, you can see how things in the morning kind of run similar to that. We always tell people on the first day it's going to get weird. it's, be open to it. There's a lot of chance going on and everything, but it makes it fun, and it kind of takes the pressure off, this seeming like a job, and realizing that this could be more of a career path.
Exactly.
That I think is really cool.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool that you say that, just because this is an industry and it's a profession, especially when you start out in the field, dude. Whether it's events or residential or B2B, we start out in. There's an industry that people start in that most people that come in that became owners like yourself, we've never done it before. Of course, there's different forms of direct sales, but to be in something like events, charities. It's definitely different, and so I really like that because that's what I had to do. You told me that on my first day. I had to be kind of open. It's gonna get weird, just focus on the process, work hard, have a great attitude, be enthusiastic, but just be open to everything. And now look where we are. We're hundreds of miles away from San Diego, now here in Dallas, Texas, and we're business partners now. So, for people who are really building, what kind of was it? Was there a turning point that kind of took your crew and your business to the next level? Was it, was there anything that really, maybe a switch turned on or something like that? Like, what was it for you?
Ironically, we talked about this just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
There's a guy by the name of Mike Castellini, who works in San Diego, and we went out one night, and I was still just a leader at this point, a training manager, and I was frustrated, because I was putting so much work in and I wasn't really getting the return that I wanted, and I was like, man, for the amount of time that I've been here, I should have been an owner already. I should be doing this. And he just told me, he said enjoy the ride. There's things aren't going to get easier, they're only going to get harder and more challenging. But enjoy the ride, while you're there. And I think when I heard that, I was like, okay, I can enjoy this ride and work my ass off at the same time and try to get a better result with my team. And then obviously when you go from that point to crew leader, Chris always said just keep doing the same thing. Yeah. Because obviously what you're doing is working and the building that you're doing is working, so why change it?
Exactly.
So once I hit crew leader, though, that was really kind of, I guess, a turning point, where I realized that I can actually run with this and really go with it. The best thing I ever did in my life, was believe in myself, and I think that's a point that everyone has to get to. Sure. Especially in this industry, that can take you to the next level. Because if you have no belief in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you either. It always starts with you. So that belief in yourself and that work ethic and that drive of okay, here's a college dropout with no other experience and no prior experience in sales, but if I believe in myself and I believe I can do this, I had mentors that believed in me, so there's no reason why I shouldn't believe in myself as well.
Right, definitely. No, it's funny that you say that, man. It's just because especially because we did have that conversation a couple days ago, and I'm thinking now that you've said it again, it's like the word picture that kind of came in my head. It's like we're at Six Flags. Right, we're on a ride, but I'm worried about getting in line for the next ride. Right. You know what I mean? And so for us to add that takes away from the enjoyment of okay, what am I doing right now? Right. And so I think I 100% agree. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the process. It's gonna get there. Ownership will be there. And so for everybody building their business, enjoy what you're doing right now. It's gonna be there. It's all gonna come. And so my last question is for those people. Maybe somebody who just got promoted to training manager, maybe somebody who's new to the industry, they know how to sell, and maybe they just got their first person on their team. Maybe they just joined the elite club, they just promoted a first generation training manager. What is your biggest tip for somebody who, like a new leader that wants to build?
I don't really think that they need a tip. They just promoted someone to training manager for the elite club. That's exactly what you need to do. You just need to build people. Yeah. Keep building people, keep getting to that level, but don't forget what you're trying to do. And when you do promote people, don't just forget about them. It's not like they're promoted to training manager now you can just forget about them and move on to the next guy. They're still going to need some development. They're still going to need some training. People put that time and energy into you got to give that back. So, really kind of, being in touch people on your team. You know, kind of getting to know them even more, and that can come from anything to crew nights or
Sure.
you know, just spending time after work. You know, having a beer or something like
Yeah.
that. But really just keep doing what you're doing, just like Chris said to me, because if it's working, it's working out in your favor.
Definitely. Cool. Well, thanks for the interview, brother. Thanks for answering all the questions.
Absolutely.
Guys, if you're watching this video, share it with your guys, right? I think that Kyle was able to provide a lot of value. Take it from a brand new owner, one of the newest owners in the country at this moment. And so, obviously, if you're in this office, do not be afraid. Feel free to walk into his office, ask him any questions, because obviously there's a lot more than where this came from.
The door's always open.
Always. And it's so funny because they say it all the time. We say it all the time. The most underused tool in the office is the owner. And so, guys, watch this video, share this video with your guys, and remember, as always, remember who you are and what you stand for, because you are a leader and people are watching. Tune in next week for the next Wisdom Wednesday. Thanks for watching this, guys.
Believe in yourself.